So this is something you pour it in and you'll start to see what you actually see in those pictures when you Google your favorite flower or whatever's in your yard. Now the second thing that you really want to do is deadhead. So basically, if you look at it from a flower's point of view, the plant is always thinking about seeds. It's not thinking about looking pretty. You bought it for pretty. The plant is thinking about, I want to make seed. I want to make a flower, and I want the flower to have some color in it to attract bees and pollinators, and then I want that flower to turn into seed. And so it's always budgeting. It's always thinking, okay, how much phosphorus do I have available? So again, this is where that fertilizer comes in. And it says, how much of that phosphorus do I have available? How many flowers can I make with that? And then it makes those blooms, and then when those blooms start to turn to seed, the plant is thinking, oh, this is great. I'm succeeding, I'm making my seeds. And it starts to get kind of lazy at that point because it's doing what it always meant to do. So what you want to do, you know what, I just grabbed a few. Hold on. Made sure to grab a few that could use some deadheading here. So you can see how some of the flowers are starting to get a bit spent. You see that? So the petals are starting to wilt. It's been blooming for a while, and the petals are going to fall off, and then the seed pod will begin to form in the head. Again, to the plant, this is good news. To us, we know that this is going to make the plant feel a little bit lazy. And we don't want it to do that. We want it to keep blooming. So what I want to do is I want to take that flower right off. Okay, now the plant's thinking, oh, I lost one of my flowers. An animal came along and ate it. And now it's not going to turn into seed, so I need to try again. And now it's going to keep thinking about making more. It's going to keep blooming, trying to get to that end goal of making seeds. So as long as I keep deadheading, it's just going to keep doing that. Here's another one. I want to take that off. I'm going to go ahead, go down to where there's a good amount of leaves. Don't leave stems sticking up. Where's my scissors? I thought I had brought my scissors. Oh, I left them in there. That's okay. Nothing here. So generally, sometimes you can pinch them off with your fingernail. If you can do that without really crushing the stem. It just depends on the flower. But if not, get a sharp pair of scissors or snippers or pruners or something, and just kind of go in there once in a while, pull out old dead leaves, anything that's not looking its greatest, and deadhead. I can see there's a bud right here. I don't want to take that off. Make sure I leave that. But I'll take off that flower that's not looking so great. That not only keeps the plant looking good, but it keeps it flowering. Like I said, as soon as the flower goes to seed, the plant starts getting lazy. So don't let it get lazy. This is a geranium. It has clusters of flowers. So I'm just going to get in there because there's buds in there. I don't want to take all the buds off. So I'm just going to get in there and kind of pull out the spent flowers until it looks good again. And then, sometimes this can be a little time consuming. Like I said, if you've been feeding with phosphorus, you are going to have a ton of flowers to deadhead. So sometimes you even want to just look for a plant that has a tendency to bloom like crazy, whether it's been deadheaded or not, if you're really a busy person. So you can see it's already starting to look better. Now, remember those petals look kind of almost burned. They were kind of blackened from wilting. So it looks better. That's also encouraging it to keep blooming. And now the plant is thinking, okay, that failed to turn into seed. I need to try again. Okay, how much phosphorus do I have? How many flowers can I replace that with? Quite a few, actually, because I've been getting regular fertilizer from my caregiver, from my gardener, who takes very, very good care of me. So you want to think about health, keeping the plant healthy, strong, so that it can really put a lot of energy into making flowers. You want to give it phosphorus so that it has what it needs to make the flowers. It does take a lot to make a lot of flowers. And you want to keep deadheading as much as your time will allow. So if you can remember those three things, you're really going to have a fabulous yard.